The Tournament of Power is getting crazier and crazier. And remember, you can watch every single episode on Verve, the new platform created by Crunchyroll, and not just Dragon Ball Super subtitled. You can watch tons of anime, including anime dubs. My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Monster Hunter. These are some of the newer dubs, but also you can get classic dubs like Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Soul Eater, and many more. And tons more coming in the future. The link is down below for a free trial. The road to episode 100 continues as today we talk about episode 99 of Dragon Ball Super, Misetsu Kero Kuriri no Soko Jikara, which translates to Show It Off, Krillin's Hidden Strength. So at the end of last week's episode, Universe 9 was destroyed by the two Omni Kings, and of course that storyline bleeds into this week's episode. The first part of the episode really did focus on people in the arena being completely shocked at witnessing that and their reactions. That's pretty much the first part of this episode, and I really liked how it was played up. They did a great job here of giving you that sense of dread and that sense of seriousness, which is something that I think the series is needing now. I think that with the Trunks arc, we definitely got a lot of it, but I think now it's even more heightened, and I like the fact that now Super is beginning to take itself more seriously. They needed to have Zeno wipe out a universe during the tournament as opposed to after. It was a good idea storyline-wise to do it during the tournament as they get thrown out, because now we can actually see the shocked look on people's faces and really hammer home to the audience that this is a serious thing. I like the idea that reality hit for these characters. I like that. It's sort of like how in the real world, sometimes you know something bad's going to happen. Like sometimes you know that you're going to get fired from your job because of your performance, or you know you're going to get dumped or something like that. Something bad. Just think of something bad. And you kind of, in your mind, don't think about it. You block it out so you can go about your day. But then when reality hits and it actually happens, it hits you. You know, like when you lose a family member. You know, I don't mean to make this review grim, but it's the same thing. It's like these guys were sitting there fighting, having a good time, and then this happened, and now it's like, okay, this is more than just fighting for sport now. This is literally fighting for survival, and I'm so happy to see that. Another thing that made me very happy was the fact that they had a Kaioshin, I don't remember which one, he talks about that because of Goku, the low-ranked universes now have a chance to survive in this tournament. I got so sick and tired of a few weeks ago seeing all these videos and all these threads and everywhere about Goku being a dick, Goku being evil, and that it was Goku's fault that the tournament was happening, and that it's his fault that these universes were going to die, when it's explicitly said in the series multiple times that Zeno was going to blow up the universes anyways. Goku reminding him of the tournament is actually what gave them a fighting chance. And I just was really irritated that whole week from people who just weren't paying attention. And I'm so happy that Dragon Ball Super hammered home that Goku is not the bad guy here. Zeno was going to blow up the universes anyways. Him suggesting the tournament just gives them a chance. Now, what will the outcome actually be? Will the universe get wished back with the Super Dragon Balls? That remains to be seen. We don't know that yet, but still, like, Goku is not really the villain here. He never told Zeno to blow up the universes. He just wanted a fight. And yeah, he shouldn't have asked for it, but it's still not his fault. In some ways, he did a pretty good job. So they have an interesting scene here as well, and we've been doing a lot of videos all over the community about the angels possibly being evil. I know if you guys are out there and you're subscribed to multiple Dragon Ball YouTubers, you've seen videos like this. I know you have. I've done a few myself. I've done 3 actually, which it's a hot topic. I mean, I got a lot of views on those videos, a lot of likes. People like talking about this. It's what's going on. So do I. I like talking about it too. And there's a little bit more evidence here. There's a scene where Vados, she acts very condescending towards Champa. She's like, "Oh, goodbye, Lord Champa." And Champa didn't like that. It was almost as if she was kind of laughing at him. It was very interesting because, again, it goes into what I said a few days ago in my Whis video, which I'll link at the end of this review, about how it looks like Vados has a very condescending nature towards Champa, whereas Whis seems to be a little more connected with Beerus. I feel like Whis and Beerus have much more of an actual friendship than Vados and Champa do, and that's going to be interesting going forward. Now, as far as Mojito goes, the Angel of Universe 9, he talks about how he's the only one left, but he says it's only proper. So again, this guy's got some real creepy vibe he's giving off here in this episode. I don't know, man. I don't trust that guy, especially with that freaking No Country for Old Men haircut that he's rocking. Now, when it came to action, this episode really did provide a lot of it. And one thing I'm enjoying about this tournament is that even though it's not as super serious as the Trunks arc, even though now it's becoming that way, I do think it's a lot of fun to watch. This is fun Dragon Ball. It's a combination of all the things I love about this series, and I hope that you agree too. And I hope that if you are out there and you have stopped watching Super, you should come back for this because it might not be perfect. There might be some flaws here and there. Nobody ever said Dragon Ball was perfect. It's still a lot of fun. So Hit and Botamo approach Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta powers up to go after Hit because he's got unfinished business, but Botamo gets in front and eats the shot. I thought this was great. Vegeta's pummeling Botamo, but of course it does nothing because Botamo's big belly can deflect that kind of stuff. He tries to throw Botamo out, and Botamo's way too heavy, so Vegeta does this thing where he literally ties his arms up in a knot and then picks him up, and he's taking him to the corner, and Champa's freaking out. This was really good stuff. And then suddenly Botamo comes in and rocks Vegeta from behind, and Vegeta's like, haha, Botamo, my old... Not Botamo, sorry. Magetta, my old nemesis. So Vegeta squares off against Botamo and Magetta. I personally feel that the Goku versus Magetta fight from the previous tournament was one of the more underrated and overlooked fights. It was a lot of fun, and it was interesting. Now, we then go to the bird guy fighting Krillin. I had predicted that the bird guy was going to be, that Krillin was going to use the Kienzan on him and cut his wings off, but that's not what happened. We had a really awesome scene where the green bird guy comes at Krillin, fires a bunch of ki blasts, and then Gohan just shows up right in front of Krillin, puts his hand out, and just deflects it back like nothing. This is an awesome, totally badass scene. So the bird guy's firing these mouth blasts, at Krillin. Krillin fires multiple Kienzans. I'm going to call them Kienzans. Destructo Disc is the dub name. Kienzan is the real name. It means energy cutter. You know what I'm talking about. So we see he's shooting these Kienzans, and the bird guy's dodging them. And then Roshi, this was surprising, Roshi fires a Kamehameha at the bird guy, and he gets eliminated by Master Roshi. He is out. So Master Roshi, who a lot of people were sleeping on in this tournament, got himself an elimination. This was really cool. And as he's getting thrown out, you see all these green feathers flying everywhere. This was a cool little action shot. So I guess even though you can fly, the wings don't do anything when you have a high-speed Kamehameha coming right at your face. Oh, and by the way, the bird guy's name is Gyumu. As if it really matters. So we cut back to Vegeta and Magetta. He insults Magetta. He does the same thing that, cost Magetta the fight the last time by screaming at him. But Champa says that, no. Magetta has conquered his weakness. So pretty much Botamo gets on Magetta's shoulders and covers Magetta's ears. So he can't hear the disrespectful verbiage coming from Vegeta. I love this stuff. Reminded me of old school Dragon Ball. So, of course, Vegeta rocks Botamo with a huge right hook to the face. No damage. Physical attacks just aren't going to work on Botamo. It's just, even if you're strong, Vegeta would probably have to bust out blue to really do any real damage. So, they keep going at it, and then the episode shifts complete focus over to Krillin and 18. So, the last half or so of this episode is all about 18 and Krillin. It's pretty much entirely focused on them and their fights. So, we see 18... very, very seriously, whooping up on some dudes, knocking people around. She knocks out this one guy. Whis thinks that he killed her, the Green Wolf guy, but she's not, she thinks she got him. He's not out of it yet. Gets up and he fires these little purple bullet attacks at 18. And 18's about to go out. She's literally on her way out of the arena into the void, and then Krillin runs in there, dashes in and saves her, then uses a ki blast to propel his body and hers back in. This was really cool. I love the idea of Krillin saving his wife. In fact, if you are a fan of Krillin and 18, whether you're a shipper or just a Dragon Ball fan, it's not all about the fights for me anyways. It's really about the character interactions. To me, that means as much, if not more, than the action. And I love seeing 18 and Krillin actually work together. Like I said, one of the few shining moments of the Bio Broly movie was seeing them team up. I know people hate that movie, but that was cool to see. And it's good to see it here as well. I love this idea. So the wolf guy, whose name is Shousha, is fighting with Krillin and 18. They have this little sequence where they're firing a ki blast at each other, playing volleyball with the ki blast. This was so much fun. They nail him. He gets eliminated. Suddenly this, they're like, fine, he's out, whatever. Then suddenly this green fox guy with the wizard clothing appears, kicks Krillin, and then 18 saves him. Now, his name is Majora. I think that's his name, Majora. So, Krillin and 18 fans, this episode's for you, like I said. So, Krillin starts coming up with some strategy here, and I really like this about the episode. He takes Roshi's sunglasses and gives them to 18. This is classic 20-second Tenkaichi Budokai Dragon Ball shit right here, and I love when they reference old school Dragon Ball. He tells her to put the glasses on. Then he does the 100 times Taiyoken. The Taiyoken is the Japanese name of the solar flare. I'm saying this because I know a lot of you guys grew up on the dub. I do recommend, I've said it from day one of my channel, go back and watch Dragon Ball and Z in Japanese start to finish. Trust me, you will enjoy it. I assure you of that. I promise you're going to like the series if you watch it start to finish. And you'll see the Japanese moves and some of the differences in the dub and everything if you grew up on the old dub. But anyways, doesn't matter. 100 times Taiyoken to blind him, but it does not work. Majora reveals that, Majora, like, was it Zelda? Anyways, or maybe it's Morosia, I don't know. He reveals that, he doesn't have to see. He can smell, because he's an animal. He can smell. So Krillin formulates another plan. He's like, he can smell. If you're an old school Dragon Ball fan, when was the last time that the sense of smell really mattered in Dragon Ball? All the way back to the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai when Krillin went head-to-head with Bacterian. He smelled like Dookie, and Goku had to remind Krillin, dude, you don't have a nose. It was a gag, whatever, but here's a little trivia note. That chapter of the manga was the first time that Dragon Ball was a huge success in Japan. That was the most successful chapter up until that point. Dragon Ball was kind of a flop until that episode. So Bacterian helped Dragon Ball, and so did Krillin. Anyways, back to the episode. So Krillin understands what it's like to be able to smell, and he can't smell. So this is wacky. This is like something out of 1995 WCW. If you were a fan of 95, 96 WCW, you know where I'm going with this. Krillin takes off his shoe and throws it at him. He takes off his shoe and he throws it at him, and the shoe stinks. They actually animated like the brown smoke, the really bad smell. So the fox guy gets hit with the shoe, it lands on his nose, and he's over there like almost puking, dude. This guy can't stand the smell. Krillin hits a Kamehameha and eliminates the fox guy. Then suddenly, he's out. Krillin's happy. We got an elimination. Frost, Universe 6's Frost, comes up from behind, whips Krillin with his tail, boom. Krillin's out. So Krillin did not get disqualified like the spoilers had said. I guess the word disqualified was meant to be eliminated. I don't know how they messed that up. The spoilers were right about him going out, but they weren't right about it. They thought it was going to be a DQ. And Krillin's out. So Krillin's been eliminated. First guy out. Then we have this hilarious scene where 18 wants to confront Frost, and Frost freaking pulls a freaking Tatsu, bro. Ninja vanish, boom, and literally throws a freaking ki blast on the ground, and a bunch of smoke pops up everywhere. He disappears. Literally out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, bro. He's freaking Tatsu right there, Ninja vanish. So the episode ends with that. Krillin's out. 43 minutes are left in this tournament. And, wow, who knows where it's going to go. Next week, though, is going to be absolutely nuts. I'm going to cover it on the channel, of course. I actually have a couple of videos coming out about next week's episode. It's going to be lit. That's all I'm going to say. We'll be breaking that down tomorrow, like always. A lot of stuff going on. Like, tons of stuff going on with episode 100 next week on Dragon Ball Super. Let me know what you thought about this episode, though. I had fun watching it. All these tournament episodes are a lot of fun to watch. They're not boring. They keep me interested, and I really like that about these episodes. So, thank you as always, and don't forget to support our friends over at Verve, which is owned by Crunchyroll. They are the sponsors of the Geekdom 101 Super Reviews. They got all kinds of new content coming out in August. I can't really talk about it yet, but there is new stuff that's supposed to be coming. We'll see. It's supposed to be coming. And they got Yu Yu Hakusho on there. They have Fairy Tail on there. Tons of anime. And you can watch Dragon Ball Super on there, subbed. And other English dubs of other anime is also on there. So check them out. We support them 100%. It's Crunchyroll's new venture into not just anime, other things as well. So if you like content like that, there's tons of it on Verve. And thank you for watching my Dragon Ball Super episode 99 review. I hope you all have a great day. Take care of yourself and each other.